No immediate comment by the Russian army after the Ukrainian president says an attack on the city of 1 million people would amount to war crime. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has claimed that Russian forces were preparing to bombard the major port city of Odesa on Ukraine's Black Sea coast. They are preparing to bomb Odesa, Zelensky said in a televised address on Sunday. Russians have always come to Odesa. They have always felt only warmth in Odesa, only sincerity. And now what? Bombs against Odesa? Artillery against Odesa? Missiles against Odesa? He continued, without elaborating. It will be a war crime. It will be a historical crime. There was no immediate comment by Russia, which launched an invasion against Ukraine from air, land and sea on February 24. Russian forces have since made progress, overrunning the city of Kherson and besieging the port of Mariupol, but Odesa has so far been largely spared. About 1 million people live in Odesa, a cosmopolitan harbor on Ukraine's southern coast with both Ukrainian and Russian speakers and Bulgarian and Jewish minorities. The Russian advance from occupied Crimea has in part turned east to link up with Russian-backed separatists and to seize the Sea of Azov port of Mariupol. But a section of the forces has also headed west to Kherson, on the road towards Odesa. The city is also close to the Moldovan border and the disputed region of Transnistria. It's the biggest seaport. 70% of our exports go through the sea, Hanna Shellist, director of security programs at the Ukrainian PRISM think tank, told Al Jazeera. Reporting from Lviv, in western Ukraine, Al Jazeera's Jonah Hull said a potential seizure of Odesa, along with other southern port cities, would effectively turn Ukraine into a landlocked country. It has been in the air for days now that the possibility is there, that the Russian forces that have been extending their gains north of Crimea, through Kherson and onwards through the town of Mykolaiv, may well try to double back on Odesa and join up with a naval landing from elements of the Black Sea Fleet that have been hovering on the horizon there for several days, he added. That's been talked about. Whether Zelensky is referring to specific intelligence or not, it's not clear. During the first 11 days of the conflict, Russian forces have also advanced on the capital, Kyiv, from the northwest and northeast, while another group bombarded the northern city of Kharkiv. Several cities have been bombed and shelled, and the United Nations says more than 1.5 million civilians have been driven from their homes by the fighting. If you ask around the locals of Odesa, "Where are you from?" they will most likely answer, "I am Odessan instead of Ukrainian." Due to its strategic location on the coast of the Black Sea, Odesa had seen many occupants that came and went. What remains is Odesa and its population of refugees and foreigners that built the city from the ground up and made it what it is today. From Turkish influence to Slavs and Western European influences, Odesa is a type of cities you have never seen before. One house in the same neighborhood might have Gothic architectural style, whereas the one next to it might have brutalism architectural style from the Soviet era, and another next to it with a touch of the colorful Ottoman Turkish influence. This is Odesa. In most cities, this chaotic blend of cultures might not work, but in Odesa, they do, hence why Odesa is one of the most popular cities to visit in Ukraine. In order to get to know Odesa in its full potential, you will need a travel guide that will help you find cool things to do and what to see while you are there. Here is a complete backpacking guide on great things to do in Odesa, Ukraine, with a 2-day suggested itinerary, and many more. Without further ado, let's begin with Odesa Attractions Itinerary Map.